TV, the pain meds? Those are the ones. We're getting a lot of pressure from the manufacturer to keep pushing them. As far as he knew, she was a pharmaceutical saleswoman based in Reno. They met at a Barnes & Noble, where at the in-house Starbucks she found herself a nickel short in paying for her cafe mocha. Behind her in line, Steve had nervously offered to cover the difference. Armed with his dossier, or what little of his dossier they felt she needed to have, and well aware of his habits, the meeting had been easy to arrange, and easier still to exploit when she'd expressed an interest in a book he was reading, something about mechanical engineering that she actually cared nothing about. He hadn't noticed, so thrilled to have a pretty girl paying attention to him. "So, all that engineering stuff," she said. "I don't know how you do it. I tried to read one of those books you gave me, but it went right over my head." "Well, you're plenty smart, that's for sure, but it's pretty dry stuff. Don't forget, I went to 4 years of college for it, and even then I didn't really learn anything practical until I got on the job. MIT taught me a lot, but nothing compared to what I've learned since then." "Like what?" You know, just stuff. Such as?" He didn't reply. Okay, I get the point, Mr. Important Top Secret Guy. "It's not that, Alan," he replied in a slightly whiny tone. "It's just that they make you sign all this paperwork, confidentiality agreements and all that." "Wow, it must be important." He shook his head. "Nah, you know how the government is, paranoid to the end. Hell, I'm a little surprised they haven't polygraphed us, but who knows?" "So, what is it then? Weapons and bombs and stuff like that?" "Wait a second. Are you a rocket scientist?" He chuckled. "No, not a rocket scientist. Mechanical engineer. Average, run-of-the-mill engineer." "A spy?" She propped herself up on her elbow, letting the sheet fall away to reveal a pale breast. "That's it, isn't it? You're a spy." "No, not a spy either. I mean, come on, look at me. I'm a nerd." "The perfect cover." "Boy, you've got some imagination there, I'll give you that." "You're dodging the question. That's a giveaway. A telltale spy move." "Nope, sorry to disappoint you." "Then what? Tell me." "I work for the DOE, Department of Energy." "Like nuclear energy and all that?" "Right." The truth was, she knew exactly what he did for a living, where he worked, and what went on there. What she was looking for, what they were looking for, was much more specific. They were confident he had the information, perhaps already in his head, and if not, he certainly had access to it. She absently wondered why they had chosen to use her, rather than to simply snatch him off the street and extract the information through blunt force. She suspected the answer had as much to do with where he worked as it did the unreliability of torture. If Steve disappeared or turned up dead under even remotely suspicious circumstances, there would be an investigation by not only the local police, but the FBI as well. And that kind of scrutiny was something her employer was probably quite anxious to avoid. Still, the fact that they hadn't chosen the more direct method told her something. The information they needed was both critical and extraordinary. Steve was perhaps their only viable source of the information, which meant it was either highly protected elsewhere, or his grasp of it was singular. Not that it mattered. She would do the job, take the money, and then, well, who knew? Her fee was considerable, enough perhaps to give her a head start on a new life.